going on, ladies and gentlemen? We got a special guest in here today. Now we got a coach or basically like a director right now. Kind of do multiple talents. I mean, we all coaches have to. On the girls' side of basketball, we got my guy Mario Strickland. Can I call you that? You got a nickname?
Man, well, most people they call me Mario, yo, Coach Strick, whatever.
Okay.
Fits.
We got Coach Strickland in the building. So before we get into the things that you're doing right now, just let's do a little light background. Tell me about yourself, kind of a little bit of how you got started and how you got to this point so far.
Okay. Well, man, pretty much, man, like I said, basketball life, man, never got to the highest level, but man, played a lot coming up, man. Really a lot, man, in the hood. A lot of, it was a lot of, man, really in this area, man. We did a lot, man, from the Raleigh area to Douglas had a real strong presence back in the day.
Okay.
Man, just hooping a lot of those guys, and then when I got in high school, man, a lot of my partners was older, so we kind of did the men's league thing, and kind of the same thing all the way to college, man. Just always love for the game, passion for the game. Never claimed to be elite, but hooping enough to know the game. You know what I'm saying, and the ins and outs, and as all part of my life, I've always kind of been a student of the game, student of everything I do, really, because I've always felt like if I'm gonna do it, I want to be the best. I don't want to do it halfway. And if it's something I got a passion for, kind of push the issue forward. And I just kind of took that, and I've really, like on the side I'm on now, I stepped out many, many times, but like on the girls' side, it's like uncharted territory. So every time I take a step out, people kind of pull me back in. You know what I'm saying? And so, now I think I kind of locked back in, but my focus now really is player development is number one. Because I feel like with the politics and with the AAU school ball, that stuff is all up and down, but it's always players that need development. And they don't have to play for me or do nothing I do, but I can always feed the game that way. And also kind of what we're trying to do now is kind of bring some events that can also add exposure, the real exposure, to get these kids in front of college coaches, scouts, and help them in that part, because that's something all kids need too.
Okay. So before you got into the hooping, once the hooping got settled down or done, when did you start or when did you get pulled in? Because a lot of times when you ask like coaches and stuff, sometimes they either get pulled in or they just had a genuine thing that they were gonna work with kids. So when did that start for you? When you knew, all right, I'm finna start working with kids.
Man, I honestly, I never thought I would coach. Never thought I would teach. Cause, I wasn't the, model citizen as a player. Had a terrible attitude. And didn't always listen. So it was I never even studied to be a coach. And actually, how I learned the game was really from the street side of the game. So a lot of the right stuff to do, had to relearn that, because I wasn't like a lot of these guys that had great fundamental coaches. I just knew I knew we supposed to win. I knew you need to be a dog. I knew you need to be tough. A lot of games we played and ended in fights. So I just had a different perspective on the game. But I think a lot of that has helped me, now that I know the fundamental skill part, to put them together, to have skill for dogs and kind of things like that. But like how I got pulled in was, like I said, I started off doing camps, Cousin Snap, just like he would have us coaching a little bit, and but I kind of I liked this a little bit, but I never planned to be a coach, training them like that. And then when I got to Leicester working, Dez, rest in peace, he asked me and my guy Brian to coach JV for the boys. And so at that time we had Nautical Harwell, who ended up playing at East, Big John, who's playing football right now. George B, rest in peace, had a really good career at Mars. Tico, who's now, I think he just signed with Arkansas Mid-South.
Okay.
So, and then, we was in Binghamton, so everybody loved the game. And, man, we spent a lot of time with them guys. Man, we had to put them on our cars. We had no way to get them there. But that kind of led to just being in the gym and the coaching side. But I seen what the boys was getting at Leicester to what the girls was getting. And I'm like, the boys got plenty of support, plenty of coaches, plenty of trainers. But we had some hooping girls. We had Kayla Freeman and some other folks that was heavy on the girls side. Adriana Rista, they went to TSU. I think she's at Providence now, something like that. So, but they wasn't getting that type of attention as far as having great AAU programs to go to, as far as the training, as far as just the attention they needed. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, so I'm like, well, I can do this girls part, and try to build it to the level of the boys. Well, that was the goal or the thought at that time.
Okay. So basically, when you got started, you kind of just slowly floated towards the girls' end.
Right.
Okay, so that's kind of the first step. Now, what was the second step after Lester? What was the next role in you trying to work harder to get this girl program running? Or did you go to a program before you started?
Man, believe it or not, it's a crazy story. Most people don't even know this because it's been so long. So, when I started coaching, I was coaching school ball for the girls. Mm-hmm. And then I knew I was going to take a high school girls job. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and touch this AAU side so I can meet some of the better players. And then Dez ended up passing. Mm-hmm. So me and Mon, who was at K-Mon, DeMon Facing, we ended up starting Team Dez. So the Team Dez actually started with girls. And so we said we were gonna bring the girls side. It was developing elite student athletes. And then, so of course, Steve Terrell, he spent it, put the Z on it, and he carried it on through. But we did a summer where we had a lot of the girls, Penny, supported us well. And we got like a lot of the small school killers people didn't really know about. And we went out and played. But at that time, I didn't know what I was doing on the girls' side. I didn't know nothing about the AAU on the girls' side, where to go, what to do, as far as eighth grade. Then I kind of learned its levels. You know what I'm saying? Like the girls that was killing small school, you get these large school girls out of town. It's just a different level. Yeah. That's needed, a different grind, all that to really compete on that level. So it was a great learning experience at the first stop.
Okay. So when did the training start?
So, man, believe it or not, man, training actually was the first thing we did because we didn't know how to coach, but we knew how to hoop. And so we knew, I ain't know about the X's and O's part, but we know how to, man, get your form right. Mm-hmm. You need some finishing moves, get in shape. And so at that point, I was still playing, like we were still hooping ourselves. And so what we kind of did, we had kids, Tierney Eccles, who ended up being a star at Mars. Oh, yeah. She was one of our first, we used to be in the gym with her 5 days a week. And
it's
just
short.
The tall dog, she was like 5'8", big guard. She was their best player they probably ever had.
I got a mixtape. I did a mixtape.
Yeah, tough. yeah. So we had her. She was in 7th grade. And she was in 7th grade. We seen it because she was raw, but she was super athletic. And so we just went crazy in the gym with her. And we didn't even know what trainers did. We just taught her what we knew. You know what I'm saying? So all the stuff that she did in her game was me, my guy, he really took her on, and we were just kind of basically teaching her how we played. And that was kind of how we started, and it kind of flowed to the coaching part. But training really was the first thing we ever did.
Okay. A couple of people that have told me that, because I never really coached girls. I didn't train a couple of girls before, but I guess I can see what they're saying. They said coaching girls and training girls is way easier than coaching and training boys.
Yeah, man, it's a cheat code because the thing that you don't get on the girl side, a lot of girls can play, but it's not a lot of girls that take the development part serious.
Yeah.
So if you get girls that can finish left, finish right, got a jump shot, have IQ, they almost 100% guaranteed to go to college. It's almost a lock. Now, can we get them D1? Not all the time, but it's a school for almost every girl that can make a layup with both hands, got some good grades, got a good shot, or got some size or athleticism. If you got any of that, we can almost guarantee we got a school for you.
Okay. So, with that being said, as long as you kind of master the fundamentals, you guarantee a college spot. So now, what is that line that makes you a good girl basketball player to that next level girl basketball player?
Well, man, to be honest with you, number one thing is size. They going, when you talk to these coaches, they want big players. No matter what, you could be 6'5" with a terrible attitude, they want you because you can't find 6'5". No, are they going to take the big athletic guards over the smaller guards? Mm-hmm. Now, if you just want to force your way in, it's got to be the grind. The athletes and the size going first, no matter attitude, character, they got okay grades. But then after that, they going the skillful players that can get a bucket. You know, like, because, you know, we teach defense, we love defense, but college coach motherfuckers can put it in the hole. Because they feel like they can teach you how to play defense and that you're going to play it as a team anyway. So they want the buckets and the size and athleticism. That's the thing they're locking in on the most often.
Okay. So now, with that being said, you basically kind of gave out the blueprint. If you a girl athlete, please listen to this because these are the things that you would need to get in college, which ain't hard. But if you want to take to the next level, I guess it's more genetics than skill in a sense, unless you just grind it out. Basically, what you can.
Well, the workers can walk them down. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been, you know, some outliers, but they grind it. Mm-hmm. So I guess But now, if you want to take it to the last level, so like the levels are get in college. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. We talked about get recruited. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're trying to be like at UT Knox, Baylor, Stanford, they going off people that got everything, which means you got to be big probably. Mm-hmm. You got to be athletic, and you got to be a gym rat. Okay. So that's the last level, you know. Okay. But just getting into school, level 1. But like Stanford got a 5'10" point guard that get all the other stuff we talked about. You know what I'm saying? And so on. That's kind of how that flows on down to the levels. Okay.
So now we're gonna step it into DC Bucks.
Okay.
Is that your organization or you and somebody team together? Give me a little brief story about that because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Well, DC Bucks, honestly, I really didn't have a large part in it. We've kind of moved on. But the DC Bucks, what ended up happening was Burrow took Taylor over there, of course. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't really know much about the organization. But like I said, me and myself and Burrow, we've done a lot of business in basketball together. So when he took Taylor over there, we chatted about it. And I had some kids that I know needed somewhere to play this summer. So, you know, I saw they get kids in school. I seen they consistently do that. So I said, hey, let's try to work it out. But we went over there, like I said, we didn't always see eye to eye. You know, no problems. Okay. But it was just we kind of was shooting at two different baskets as far as our visions. Okay. You know, but they definitely, you know, the girls that I had go over there, they had no issues. They got some good reps. They went to some good tournaments. So I think it was a good experience, but it just wasn't. It's not a long term thing that I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. And I think a lot of people try to, get that missing screw. And that's just me asking because, like I said, I'm not very keen to the girl side. Right. That's why I'm glad you're here to teach me a few things. And a lot of times when people don't see eye to eye, they try to make it as beef. Right. But it's really not beef. It's just two different ways to get to the same goal.
Yeah, what I always tell parents, and I always preach this, like in anything basketball-wise, it's a business. So if you look at the NBA, that's normally small contracts. So you leave, you ain't beefing. You just, maybe it was a better fit, And so with us, what we're doing on the business side, what we've already done, we normally take it year to year, because like I even tell my parents that train with me, go to school with me, play for me. Mm-hmm. When the season is up, evaluate, because see, that's the problem on the girl side. Everybody wants the discount. Everybody wants ownership of coaches, players. Man, people got to do what's best for them and their family. Start with these kids. Mm-hmm. And so if me as a coach, if whatever you come in as a family you're looking for, you're getting. If you're getting scholarships, that's what you want. If you're getting developed, if you're playing, then that's cool. But everybody got different stuff because you may be coming for something else. You may want to play the whole game, or you may want the best offer, or you may want to be on this circuit. And so if I can't provide that for you, find somebody that can. Mm-hmm. But if I can, if I'm giving you what you need as a family, and y'all are comfortable that I'm going to get you to whatever your goal is, rock with me. And it's my same vision as a coach or on the business side. Like, if it's working for us and all parties, let's keep it going. If not, let's separate. But it ain't no beef. It's just, that's the business. You know what I'm saying? You got coaches in the NBA that essentially trading themselves. So I go from this team to this team because it's a better fit. Or the organization agrees, hey, you know what? We don't want to pay you this. But that's normal. But I think in our city, it's almost like, if you with me, and I've experienced it a lot, because if you notice, I'm real low key. Yeah. You ain't never gonna even see me say nothing because a lot of my OGs kind of taught me, just move in silence. But because I don't say no, there's no issue. I'm gonna do what's best for me and my family, and what I have to do to help these kids. But a lot of the situations I've left is no problem because I don't live my life like that.
Okay. So we got a question. So we talking just girls, so we're not, because girls and boys just have two different type of politics and all type of different
sure,
skill settings. So if you're talking to a parent right now, we got a room full of parents right now, and they might not even be 5, but I mean it may be more than 5. The 5 most important things that your child need, no matter what they're looking for. Like you were just saying, everybody have their own preference. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to getting to a certain spot, you need these 5, 4. It could be 3 things. If we talking circuits, we talking playtime, we're talking attitude, teams. What are the most important things, just straight down the line, with no exceptions to it?
And you mean from like what a player needs?
Yeah, what a player needs.
Well, first of all, whoever you're dealing with has to have a relationship with college coaches. Mm-hmm. Like that's number one. Oh, we talking about older girls, because see the thing is, when I was young in the game, let's just say you a hooper and I know you a dog, I know you can play. If I can't get on the phone and call people and they trust what I say and they'll take their call and act on it, I'm really doing nothing. And see, I think that's kind of the problem in our area. Like a lot of people really can coach, a lot of kids really can play. But if you don't have the advocate, like a direct link, if I can't pick up the phone and call a head coach or a recruiting coordinator from the school you want to go to, that's a barrier right there. Because I'm a middleman off top. I got to always go through somebody else to help you. So that's problem number one. Second of all, you got to have somebody that knows what coaches really are looking for. Okay. All right, so like a lot of people are sitting back in zone, trapping, and we all play like that coming up. It's going to help you win games, but the coaches want to see two-way players. Mm-hmm. And if I'm sitting in a zone, I can't really get that. Okay. I can't really see. And then the fit. So every team, it's a team for everybody. So you have to know whatever team or coaching styles that fit your child. You know, because it's a coach for everybody. You know, some kids overvalue the relationship. Some kids just want to play. Some kids want to play a role. Some kids want to be comfortable. So you just have to know what's the fit. And then lastly, I don't think I have 5, but I think the teaching is important, because you have to have somebody that can. With me, I've coached some of the best kids in the country and some beginners. You got to know how to improve all of them. Because it's a different conversation with a kid that is just picking up a ball to a kid that tell you they want to be a McDonald's All-American. And then lastly is where you go and play. Because, you know, during COVID, it ain't matter where you play because we was all on camera. So it was on camera, push it. But now, you'll call college coach and they'll say, I'm not going there. So if they ain't going to be there in a high school level, why you going? Because you say you want to play college. So if I want to play college, why would I go somewhere the coaches are not going to be? Because, see, now the film and highlights, they didn't pull back on there because they can go see you live. So they want to see you. They want to see your body language, what you do when you come in, come out. You know, how do you play on your good days, your bad days, when you're playing against a good team or bad team. They're looking for all that.
Okay. And with my conversations with a few college coaches, they like JUCOs and stuff. But a lot of times, like you said, with some of my film, they be wanting to see certain things. Mm-hmm. Cause I done had college. As a matter of fact, I had a college coach. Actually, I done showed him a player highlight. He like, okay, that's cool. Then he was like, how does he work out? Like he really wanted to know how does he work out. Mm-hmm. Like I actually had to record the kid working out, like real raw film. Yes. And then he said, okay, cool. I like how he work out. Now he said, I want to see how he shoot off the dribble. Like they be wanting to see that stuff, and it's kind of crazy. And then it's funny because sometimes they even ask me how they parents act.
Man, I'm so glad you said that because, and like I said, because I don't defend stuff. See, most parents know that I know hundreds of college coaches, right? Mm-hmm. But they think because I know them, they can just tell me like McDonald's, and I can just call and say, all right, what's up, Baylor? I got so and so you want to, but they don't understand. College coaches, for the most part, they're negative before they're positive. Mm-hmm. So if you show a kid go for 50, they're gonna say, show me their next game. Yeah. Or I want to see him go up against. Yeah. Or like you said, I see them hoop. Let me see him work out. But see, I'm glad you said that because they'll see people I'm associated with get an offer per se, and they'll assume it was just offer her. And I don't ever do that because the same way I move at AAU, I don't never want a discount. Like I don't never want a college coach to offer a kid I got because we cool. Because what's going to happen is when they go, they're going to come right back. Or now we didn't put ourselves in a relationship to where we all tied in together because it wasn't authentic. And so any kid I ever got that got anything, it was the coach. They liked what they saw and they made that decision. But like you said, they gonna do some real research. Like it ain't gonna be no just you had one good game, or even if you are the best player, they don't care about that. It's what did they see with their eyes, and they gonna move from there. But I'm glad you said it because most people don't know that. They think it's really just you can press a button and they be like, here you go.
Yeah.
But it ain't not on my level. It ain't like that.
Yeah, because they get real ticky unless like I know the younger coaches they kind of go off that still, but I think the older coaches that been doing it, they especially with me in film, and if they know I'm personally cool with the player. Now if I just record them and send it, it's different. But if they know I got contact with them, they'll tell me something. That, like I had one coach that said, record him shoot 100 shots. Let me see how many he make before he makes them. Like really, Yeah. So
now they like that. Man. I had a girl last summer hit like 7 threes. And I'm just like, man, I know we finna run it. We finna go crazy. And then, so I talked to my cousin, like, man, we want to see the percentages. I mean, how many did she miss? What she do next? And I'm like, man, this girl, they put up 7 threes playing up and off the jab. Like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, we didn't made it. And they like, nah, man. They said we don't want shooters. We want people that shoot a high percentage. I need to know how many she missed. I'm just like, man, it's really levels to it, man, for sure.
All right. So now, you got like a league? You got a league coming up.
Oh yeah. We've partnered. We got some stuff coming down. We'll drop it soon. But we've partnered with John McGraw, who's over Insider Exposure.
Okay.
And we knew he didn't really have like a fall league. And we honestly, man, you won't even believe it. We didn't even plan to do a league. Like a lot of my parents that I trained was like, man, we looking for a fall league. And it just kind of got my wheels turning. And so I called Burrow. We sat down. And then we like, man, you know what? Let's do it. Of course we had to secure a gym. But that's number one, facilities. So we like, let's do it. But then we did it at first, man. It's just crazy. Like it started off, we got like 20 people. Cool. So we said, man, we'll just stop it at 84. We get 84, we good. Man, we went to 84. And it just like, it went crazy, man. Like we went to like 120, so we ordered more uniforms. We were like, all right, 132, that's it. Man, shot through 132, then went to 150. We was like, all right, 150, we through for real. And then, like, man, even to this day, we had, like, I think 157. We get emails, calls, inboxes every day. Like, man, can you let us in? You got one more spot.
So is this kind of, my bad for cutting you off before, I didn't want you to get too deep with it. So is this like is this a local, or we have...
Well, see, the thing is, and I probably shouldn't say it, but since we've been real, I knew the city was never going to really rock with us because the one thing, like I said, with our city, it's a lot of handlers, a lot of people, the influencers with the players. So what we did was we really went regional. Like we got plenty of kids from Arkansas, Mississippi, Dyer County. We got kids from as far as Little Rock, So we just... What we try to do is kind of make an AAU style, meaning that we bring the best players from the region, from elementary, middle, and high, and then just kind of do it like that because it's an exposure event.
A regional league.
Yeah. And it's no coaches. Like, they going to hoop. Okay. College coaches going to be in the building. Of course, we're going to bring the scouts. So we really kind of want to bring that exposure here, to our city. So if of course, if you are already D1, this is only going to be to just keep you in shape.
Yeah.
This is for the actual scholarships are going to come to the D2s, the D3s, NAIAs, the JUCOs, or the kids want to get on somebody's radar. That's what this is going to be for. Or just want some good film and get some quality hoopers because there's some killers in the league for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely some, I guess, kind of like outside. Of course, you got like the Taylors, the Sequoias, and a few other girls. There's a few other girls because, like I said, I don't follow girl basketball, but it's some solid girls like Lauren. What's the girl? She went to Arlington. She's serious. I think her name Tyranny.
That's my girl, man. She went in 6th grade. I love her. Tyranny. Go to Arlington.
Solid. But I know that college level, especially dealing with Burrell. I'm real close with Burrell. Him and Scotty Mason, they had a couple of the girls from like Ole Miss and a couple of college girls.
Yeah, they were doing the runs. Yeah.
And I like, man, these girls big, they tough, it's just a whole new level.
It's different. Very physical, skill. Like I said, but I want to bring that to the area because the one thing I think that our area does wrong, like on the boys' side, you'll be able to see the Chandler John. They go play against the other cold guys to get better.
Mm-hmm.
On the girls' side, I think it's like a friend ball setting where the good hoopers want to only play together. And so you very rarely have a league that I've seen that they match up against each other. Like, we intentionally made sure, if you look at those rosters, you got killers versus killers.
Mm-hmm.
People that play high school AU together playing against each other because it's only going to, get them better. Play different roles, really grow their game, especially with it being nobody coaching to manipulate the situation. It's just hooping. Good hooping.
Okay. So, another question I'm kind of skeptical of. I talked to Sports Life with it, and I know you've been seeing it, especially. We get a couple of clips of it. We don't have, I haven't seen a girl that made that transition. And when I'm saying it is now, with the advancement of the skills and stuff, we are now starting to see women or girl basketball with the skill set of boy basketball. From, you have a few that's kind of dunking, but then you got some with like boy type handles.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and this is just an opinion question, do you see that coming around in the next generation, and then maybe even stepping up the WNBA in a sense to start being entertaining? Because a lot of people say WNBA ain't just entertaining to them, but with these girls starting to get boys and men skill set, do you see that happening?
Well, it's tough, man. Like, because even a lot of the best players, like, I think I read Juju Watkins saying she want to play in the NBA. So a lot of the WNBA, I think, first of all, I think the issue is they don't have enough teams. That's number one. Second of all, they don't really, if you watch the WNBA and like have talked to people that have been in the WNBA, it's veteran carried. And so, like, if you come in the WNBA, you could be a dog that's young, it's still going to be for them vets. And so, with that being said, if you want, the reason why the NBA and stuff have grown, you have younger, faster, more athletic guys mixed in with the veterans, so it's a electric game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's some girls, like, even in the city, Moo that goes to West Memphis, she's going to dunk soon. She already dunking the tennis ball.
I heard
Rachel dunking the tennis ball. So you got supreme athletes, on the girls' side. Now, as far as, like, the razzle-dazzle and stuff, they really come from just playing with boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, the girls that play like that, they probably are pretty advanced, and so they probably go run with boys. But once again, that's what we're trying to bring to the city, not at all over promoting the league. How many times have you been in the business, have you seen a girls open run pickup? And, like, I ain't even talking about for the cameras, like, girls just don't play pickup. Like, you very rarely, if I say it right now, I'm opening my gym to the best girls, meet me in the gym. I won't have 10 girls because that's just not appealing to them. That's not, but until they start doing it, a lot of the stuff boys learn, or the and one, but that's from hooping. You know what I'm saying? That's from playing basketball. And you ain't in a game with a coach saying run horns. You out there, you could throw it behind your back or throw it out the backboard or come down and dribble 20 times and then pull up because ain't nobody telling you ABC. That's where I think that stuff comes from. And then on the WNBA, they got to pay them more money. Like, a lot of them, they don't make money like this. So guys is doing this because, man, if I get a couple highlight dunks, that's a check.
Yeah.
If a girl go through and do a windmill, that check's still the same. Now, you might get an endorsement, but you still got to go play overseas. Like, most girls are playing 12 months because they don't make money. They make their money overseas. And so if you look at the WNBA, the people that's cold, they making their money in Russia and stuff. And so they probably take that league more serious than WNBA because WNBA is like a little stipend.
Like Candace Parker, she was playing over.
Man, most of the cold hoopers on the girls' side play overseas.
Okay.
Because that's where the money is. They paying them real money over there in the top leagues.
Okay. And then also, since we left out the league, we're gonna end it off with I see that you started training you, Scotty, and Burrow. Kind of. I don't know if I think you guys have always been close, but just kind of tell me the opening with that, and you can kind of tell the people what days and where to find you.
Well, this actually brand new, man. This hasn't been anything like, it's not one of those things been in the works a long time. Like, man, Scotty, he OG in the game, man. Scotty been training, people I came up with before that. I've learned a lot from him, from his processes, and to be honest, the one thing that Scotty does, and I'm sure you've heard this before, Scotty, he kind of has a holistic thing from the getting them in shape to the skill work, and then they hoop. So he got all the packages, you know. So I've always been real fond of what he does, and of course, as Burroughs, you know, day one, he been rocking with him, so you know they're cool. So really, how this came about is really throughout the league. A lot of the elementary kids, they want gym time, or they've never done skill work, you know. So the parents were asking, man, can we practice? Can we train? So what we're trying to offer with that particular situation is just a low cost thing where. Even for the high school, if you ain't really trained before, you don't have anybody that can get you better, we'll offer that too. You know, kind of, because we're giving you a league to expose yourself, or you can also be exposed. But now, if you want us to help you with your skills, this is the option that we'll put there. But mainly for my focus, because you know the older kids got trainers for the most part, but like the younger kids that ain't never been in a gym, for all of us to come in, just really help them, assist. And as of now, the days are going to be Tuesday and Thursday. At Scotty's gym, I don't even know the address off the top of my head. But it's on the flyer somewhere. And it'll be elementary or developmental. So, you know, people start basketball from probably middle on down, 6 to elementary. That'll be 5 o'clock, and then 6:15 will be your normal elite. If you're a killer, you know, we come in, get you some situational work, get some shots up. You know, let you hoop a little bit, you know, just keep you sharp. So that's kind of how we're going to do it.
Okay. And this is the last question. Maybe the last question. I got one more actually. Last question is just for any hooper standpoint. And this is kind of like an open-ended question, but this is just to the guys. Now, I'm not saying understand beginner, maybe kind of in the middle of beginner and elite, because I mean, basically, if you're in high school or middle school, you still got a lot to work on, and even if you're in college, you still got a lot to work on if you ain't NBA, because basically when you hit the NBA, you basically playing special talented people. So they're not guys that grind it out. It's mostly guys that was born with a gift. They just tuned it.
Fine tune, yeah.
So I'm gonna just say elite. If you're above average as a player, is it more important to train in groups, or is it more important to personally train?
Man, I'm glad you asked that. And that's kind of, to be honest, like I said, training also was never even like a goal of mine. But when you're responsible for these kids getting in school, that the parents kind of put it back on you. Like, you tell me to get a trainer, tell me where to go. And you know, a lot of people do it, but like I said, what my vision is, to your question, is everybody has something they need specifically. And so your trainer has to know what you specifically need and meet you there. Because a lot of people train, but if I'm giving a generic workout, it's very unlikely that I'm going to help you. If you're really, like, if you don't know anything, every drill helps because you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But like, if you're talking about trying to get to the next level, that means you can do a lot, but we got to figure out what you can do and what are your strengths. So my job is, one, to tell you, hey, you good at this. That's number one. And then number two is to tell you, hey, let's work on this. Let's work on this. Let's add this to your game. And that fits everybody. So I think by yourself or together doesn't matter, just because, like, the other person could be guarding you or y'all could be flowing back and forth. Now, large groups, I think once you get to like a high level, like when I work out people that's in college, high level D1s, it probably needs to be like no more than 4, just because they need their reps. Yeah. Like they need to get.
They skill got a match too.
Yeah, 100%. Because it, like, if they not similar, because like when you get the really high level players, you're gonna be probably doing two, three things. Or you probably ask them, hey, what you trying to work on? Because they gonna know at that point, I'm gonna get a lot of ball screen action, or you know, I'm gonna be doing a lot of movement and shooting, or they want me to get downhill and create for others, whatever it may be. Like, so the higher the level, I would say definitely, you know, a smaller group, and maybe even by themselves. If you like LeBron James, of course you need to be by yourself, because you know you're gonna need so much attention.
Yeah.
And then you know I can't go find another LeBron James to work out with you. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, but on the girl side, it's not too many people that are just so elite that I can't have you in the gym with nobody. Like, I haven't seen that myself.
Okay. I got another question now since you said that. This is a trick question. You got a player, you train him privately.
Mm-hmm.
He pay for the hour and a half, whatever you charge. But that whole session, all you had him do was one dribble pull up for the mid range. Is that bad training or is not?
Man, it's crazy because me and my guy have talked about this so many times. Like when I first started training, that's what we used to do. But I didn't have no clout on my name.
Yeah.
So if I go to this other person and they got all these cones and we going through mazes like we at the amusement park and I go to you, we just pull up, you're gonna think, oh man, dude don't know what he doing. So it really comes into how locked in they are with you.
Yeah.
Like Aaliyah Converse, she's worked out with me a lot. We wanted to fix her shot. So when she worked out, we just shot for an hour and 30 minutes. Like we just got shots up. Because she already is a great athlete. You know, she already can finish very well. So we just gonna shoot. But she was locked in with me to the point where I asked her, man, you trying to fix this shot? She like, let's do it. So she giving me 90 minutes of pull-ups. But if it's your first time coming in and you done heard I can train and all we do is pull-up, you're going to be thinking like, man, what's that? So it's really just about the player, parent being locked in with you because if they are, if you just do left-hand layups all workout, they'll know my baby ain't got no left hand, so we be rocking. Yeah. But if they're not, they're going to be coming expecting to see what they saw in the highlight tape. So I seen them do this 2-ball special. I want my baby to get that too. So it's all about the mindset, to be honest with you.
Okay. I think I had and sometimes I guess if I know the person and I watch their games and I know because I know some players I have in there and I actually like run them to death the first 20 minutes. They were like, "We're doing all this running," because I was like, "Now I want to see if you can shoot tired."
Right.
So I guess it's just different settings, but I guess that makes sense because I guess when I first started and I didn't know anything, I kind of like try to do everything,
right?
But at the same sense, every type of training kind of take place. Even if you go to the gym, you can't go lift all the weights then go do all the running because you're not basically working on one thing in a sense. So I like, all right, so now we need to dumb it down. If you want to work on dribbling, you got to come in here and we got to dribble the whole time. If you want to specifically work on shooting, we got to work on shooting or finishing. Because I think now with kind of how the mindset is, because like when we was growing up, we didn't even have trainers. Our trainer was in the backyard. So we outside working on that layup or that shot on that goal the whole time. A lot of kids don't do that no more. Right. And I mean, just different settings, I guess. But that just was my question to you. Now we're gonna end it off. NBA. Who you got?
With the new rosters?
Who you got?
Man, well, to be honest, I'm a diehard Grizzly. That's where my heart is. But
I hate management there. I can't talk about y'all.
But I can't even. Let me think if I could just go gut feeling, cause I ain't at all an NBA expert. Cause I do so much basketball. You won't believe. I don't watch a lot of basketball, cause basketball is really my life. And so almost when I'm at the house, man, I might be watching Food Network. Like, cause that's how much I do it. But like if I just go off of what my gut tells me. KD a problem, so I'm always gonna think he's got a shot, and Giannis got the athleticism. I gotta lean toward the side of KD. I'm gonna just if I gotta go with a gut because I think he's, to me, just his game, just as a basketball period, it's up there. But of course, gotta respect the king. You know what I'm saying? And with him getting more help with Russ and AD, I mean he always in the mix, but I know he's getting older. So that's my good guy. And then Giannis, you know, he's the best athlete in basketball right now. So I think those are easy picks. I don't know, is there any dark horses I'm missing out that you might be thinking about?
No, but I do have a opinion that I kind of stated that I think I told a couple of my guys. Some of them don't believe me and some do. AD don't want to take over that team.
Oh, he's never. That's not his personality. I agree with that. He don't. But you gotta say he's a skillful bucket. We know that when he's healthy.
Yeah. But he don't.
No, he doesn't want to be a LeBron. That's why he joined LeBron. Like he don't have that personality.
So I know LeBron at this stage, and I tell the guy this. And matter of fact, we had an argument yesterday. I was at my partner with. We had an argument, and in a sense. And I'm not LeBron, my favorite player, but basketball is basketball. Of course, Jordan is GOAT. Kobe, you know, copycat just tried to get there. But I tell guys, if LeBron actually went hard like Jordan and Kobe, he would have been out the league by now just because of his size.
Right. But I think Bron different though. I feel like what Bron got, I never had as a player, and I think most players don't have as players. He really is quietly a coach on the floor. Like, he plays basketball like a coach. Like, a lot of times he's doing what a coach would think you should do. Right pass, right play. He go fast, he go slow. Like, I seen him when he was young. When he came to Memphis, he did some stuff I never seen before a player do. At that time, he had Delonte West, a lot of the shooters.
Yeah.
The first half, dude purposely didn't score no points. He came down the court like a real coach. Passed the ball, let him shoot. Like, he's controlling the game mentally, and in second half, he go for like 30 or 40. So, but what he did as a player, while I'm giving y'all the ball, what's that going to do? It's going to build your confidence. It's going to make you say, oh, he really rock with us.
Yeah.
And I could be going for 70, but I'm going to show y'all I believe in y'all, and now I'm going to, but it's just not too many people that think, like, Jordan and Kobe, they,
Killers.
Man, I'm going to go for 100. But Bron is going to be like, I'm going to make these guys happy. I know he needs 7 touches. I know he ain't going to play no D in the fourth quarter if I don't dump it into him. So he got a different, like, mindset about it. Well, I think a lot of times I know he gets a lot of, like, man, he ain't take the shot. But I just think he's playing a mental game almost.
Okay. You seen the interview with Amon Shumpert when he talked about?
Yeah. I saw that.
So, and he was complaining about LeBron not holding the player at the corner. Then he said LeBron said he shoots 20% from the corner. The guard on there.
Yeah, like I said, dude got the. I'm telling you, like he understands some stuff, like already, like his mentality about basketball, like just how he understands how to win a game. Mm-hmm. Like, cause even like I think when they won the championship last, I think they dropped the game. I think. And I think but I could just see, I was watching how he was playing. It was almost like he wanted them to show what they were going to do. So he was playing, but he was observing, like, let me see how they're going to do this. And I'll drop one, and we're going to still win. But who would think to do that? And then you might say he ain't no killer, he ain't a dog, but, dude, mindset just is different. And I'm not even that's not my favorite player, but I'm just saying that's how I see it from, like, my lens. Like, that's slick.
Okay. Well, Coach Strick, I appreciate you for coming out here, man. Hopefully we can have you out here again soon. Maybe after the league and a couple of basketball changes, and maybe you have some bigger ideas and plans for the girl community. Before we get you out of here, I can ask you one more question. Are you strictly just gonna stay with the girls for the rest of your career?
I believe it or not, man, I started training boys now, man, because hooping is hooping. I tried to, like, stay in a lane, but I actually got some boy killers coming down the pipe, believe it or not. But I don't think I'm ever I don't plan to ever coach boys basketball. I don't plan to ever do boys events. Even though I feel like it might happen, because the event side is kind of a little different than the coaching side. Mm-hmm. But as of now, I'll develop and train boys. I got a lot of boys in my sessions, and I'm enjoying that part. Maybe some boys events mixed with the girls, but now, so I really want to let the people that do that. But like I said, the training and development, that's universal. So, I mean, I rock out with the boys there. But really no plans to go to that side right now.
Okay. You got a couple of shout-outs? You can look right there into that camera and give some shout-outs if you got any.
Where are we over here?
Right here on top of this, with the mic on top of it.
I ain't got no shout-outs. Shout-outs to the wife. Shout-out to the family. Shout-out to everybody. I rock with all the people that have poured into me. All the people rocking with us. The brand, we're going to keep on giving you the best we can do and grow it. That's all.
All right. Appreciate you, sir.